This is Agent 001 from Autospies.com reviewing the 2008 BMW 550. And I just absolutely love the look of this new car. They've really done a great job on the refresh. You just see the beautiful new LED headlamp displays, which are really neat, integrated here. They've changed this look right here. And let's face it, when you look at this car, when you look at the body kit that's on this thing, in front of the front grille, the wire mesh, the fog lamps, the way it's cut, it says M5 in a lot of ways. But also, I love the new wheel treatments. I actually like these wheels better than what's on the M5. And as a former owner of 3 different of the previous generation M5s, I can tell you when I get behind the wheel of this car that it absolutely is a clone of the last generation M5 car. It drives the same. I'm driving the 6-speed version here. And one of the things I really like is, of course, as I said, the aggression of the body kit, rear exhaust, things like that, but also the utility of the trunk. I just had the new Lexus hybrids that I was reviewing, and boy, those trunks were small, obviously because of the hybrid technology that affects it, but look how much useful trunk space is here. I have a lot of bags, and boy, a lot of junk in here, and it really absorbs it quite well. This is the BMW 550. A great feature on all German cars, of course, is their attention to detail, just making the most out of the space that's available in the car. And as you can see, integrated in the trunk is this really nice first aid and small tool kit. And then I also I just noticed this, check out this little label here that actually shows you if you want to put 4 golf bags in the trunk, how you would accomplish it and actually the right way to put them in. So I find that very nice that they have those added touches, and they use the space well inside this new 550 BMW. As we get in the cabin of the new 550, you see a really nice black glossy wood. You've got your integrated cup holders, and of course actually 2 right here. Not the greatest cup holders in the world, but let's give the Germans credit here, better than what's been there in the past. Very useful size glove compartment, complete with the BMW flashlight. I've always liked how they integrated it. It plugs right in, always keeps it charged. And then of course, the center stack with navigation, and this is the 6-speed version, of course, with iDrive. A lot of people don't like iDrive. I think the actual, iDrive itself is a brilliant idea. The problem with iDrive, when you look at this on the BMW, is the software still is fairly weak. It takes, too many buttons to push when you go into the iDrive to do different things like changing radio stations. And for things like satellite radio, you hit the next station and it takes, 3 seconds before it loads. And then once it does load, it takes a few more seconds to give you the name of the song. I find on the Japanese cars that it loads a lot better. They have a better satellite integration. But iDrive itself is a very useful tool. I like where it's positioned on the console. I'm just not a fan of the software. Being a former Apple guy, we're snobs when it comes to software interfaces, and if they would just improve the software, which we've been told on the next generation 5 it's going to be a lot easier, and obviously it has to get to the levels of iPod ease of use, and if it does get to that, then nobody's going to have any issues with iDrive. You got a nice console here, things slide up so you can get your arm resting nicely. You also have nice storage space that you have little secret compartments to put things in. Have heated seats, all of the buttons integrated in there. I like that. A little change area, a little storage area here with the ashtray. Slots for your CDs, which are MP3 readable. Of course, this has the comfort access. I can store the key here, but I don't need to put the key in. I just hit the start button and it will work. And of course, nothing thrills me more than BMW understanding us drivers loving big, thick, meaty steering wheels. They do the best job in the business here. It just feels so good in your hand. You feel much more in control of the car, and also you can't beat BMW seats. The way that they can, all the different adjustments. This has the comfort seat, so you can see it's tilted up towards the back near your shoulder, so it fits just perfectly. You can move in the headrest so it wraps around you like in an airline seat. It's just absolutely beautifully done. They have the best seats in the business, in my opinion. And it just is a joy to drive this car. As I said, it reminds me of my old M5. Has great performance, and it's just a beautifully executed automobile. It's the best premium luxury sedan, in my opinion, by a factor of 10. Here's a closer look of all the seat adjustments and controls and how you can control these beautiful 5 Series seats. So many different buttons to be able to choose different things like the movement on the seats at the top near your shoulders, lumbar support, different areas to be able to move this leg support in and out electrically. Can't not like that. But of course, the highlight of any BMW is the engine and the handling of this car. When we fire up this new 550, it means business. And let me tell you, let me rev the engine and give you just a little taste of what this bad boy sounds like. If that doesn't get the blood boiling inside your veins, nothing will. This is absolutely amazing. You just want to run this thing. One thing I forgot to mention, of course, there's amazing power in this BMW 550. There's amazing torque off the line. But how nice is this when you have all of that, and as you can see on the gauge on the computer, on a big V8 like this, I'm still getting over 20 miles to the gallon. I mean, that's a refreshing thing. I mean, you know, most cars that have this kind of torque and power, you're going to be at 11 miles of the gallon, 12 miles of the gallon. And I've been really pushing this car, and no matter how hard I push it, I'm still at 20 miles of the gallon. So that's an added bonus, an added benefit, and something more to like about this new BMW 550. Well, are there any negatives on this BMW 550? A couple. One is, you know, you get this car loaded with all the things that you need in it, and it's going to be well over $70,000 bucks, and that is some big jing for a 4-door sedan. Let me tell you, I mean, you can buy a used 2005 Carrera S on eBay right now for the low 70s, high 60s, so you're really spending a lot, but you're getting a lot in this car. I mean, it's amazing power. If you think about it, you're getting the old M5 power in that range, and if you option it, you know, a little conservatively, you can get it, you know, in the high 60s. The other thing about this car, obviously, you know, I'm 6'5". I'm not going to be bringing 2 of my best friends in the back seat if they're tall. It's very, very tight in the back seat when you set the front seats where you need them to be for comfort. So, aside from that, this new BMW is an awesome car. Not much not to like about it. Of course, as I drive this BMW 550, the power off the line is just absolutely awesome. The throaty sound, it just brings the hair on the back of your head up to stand up. It's absolutely gorgeous, thrilling, smooth. And you know what sets a BMW apart, of course, is just the precise handling, just the mastery of the suspension, like no other car on the marketplace. I mean, you know, there's so many other cars that are known for luxury, you know, nicer accompaniments inside the car. But nothing beats a BMW for the steering feel, for the suspension, for the, you know, you hit an unexpected bump at a high speed and you don't have to be worried in a BMW. There's no drama in this car. It's all working the way it should work and just the way a car is meant to be put together. It's just very impressive. We're in the BMW 5 Series 2008 refresh. This is the 550. My call on this car is it's absolutely the best luxury sedan on the planet. This is Agent 001 from Autospies.com. Remember, spy before you buy.